Hey. We'll go ahead and wait just a second for people to hop on, and then I'll explain why I'm not at home. Glad to see you guys. Looking forward to talking and training a little bit today. Coming to you live from Starbucks. Hey, Rachel. So I'll tell you guys in just a second like why I'm not at home and why I'm in a Starbucks instead, and I'm sorry about that in advance. So hopefully it stays pretty quiet and not everyone orders frappuccinos. Can you guys hear me okay? Make sure I can see comments too. I know there's always a delay, but if you can hear me and everything is good, drop a comment just so I know that we are officially in business. Hey, Kelly. Don't see comments yet, so hopefully comments will work eventually here. Let's see here. There we go. Okay, comments are in. All right, so here's the deal. So husband got home just a little bit later than planned, and kids were starving, and my home office with my backdrop and my ring light and everywhere that I work is like right next to the kitchen, and they needed to be fed, and they would have had to be corralled somewhere else. And so I am down here at the local Starbucks, so I hope you guys can hear me and that everything is cool. And if there is any problems, let me know. I've done live videos from here before, and I've never had connection issues or anything, so if for some reason I lose you, I'll come back. But that's why I'm here. I will go ahead, I guess, and just jump in so people watching this later don't have like a ton of lag time. Also, I know I talk really fast, so if you want me to slow down at any point, let me know. I have like a bunch of notes because I'm a teacher, and that's what I do, but I included the stuff that you guys had in your questions earlier, and then if you guys have questions, just post them. There's a delay anyway, so I'll go back and read them and answer those too. So I think it's kind of ironic that I'm actually doing this from Starbucks, since I'm talking about like doing demos in a public place, and now I'm doing my live in a public place, so I'm sitting here by myself in a corner talking to my phone. You just got to kind of get over yourself, because that was definitely not my personality before I started this business. A little bit about me. I have been in the business since April, but I have been a high school English teacher for the last 14 years, something like that. Yeah. So 14 years I've been a high school English teacher, and for the last 4 of those I've been an at-home online high school English teacher, so I can be home with my babies. I have a 4.5-year-old son, a 2.5-year-old daughter, and a baby son who just turned 1. And the great thing about my son just turning 1 is none of my kids ever took a bottle, so pretty much I can't really leave or go far. So the fact that he's now 1 and he eats more and is a little bit less dependent on me has allowed me to be able to go, hey Lori, has allowed me to be able to go out and do demos, which has kind of started to like ignite and change my business. So I'm really excited for the opportunity to be able to leave the house for a couple hours for many reasons. And so that's been great. So, all right. The first thing I had was like why I like to do my demos in public places rather than in like a house. And I do them in my house. I open my house, or I will go to someone's house in their kitchen, in their living room if they want to, but that's not usually how I address it when I'm addressing new hostesses. And the reason is twofold. One, there's more pressure, in my opinion, of an in-home demo. First of all, it's at their house, then they're like, I have to clean, and I have to figure out what I'm doing with the kids, and I have to like make sure everything's perfect, and then people are coming over, and then it's that, I don't know, everything for me is kind of about semantics, and it's like, when people are invited to like a home party, they're like, oh, I'm gonna have to buy something. Like, it's gonna be somebody pitching something, and they're gonna show me stuff, and I'm gonna have to leave with something. Like, I'll have to figure out what the cheapest thing on the menu is and get that. But then in public, it's a little bit more like, hey, let's go get cocktails. Like, I don't drink yet, but one day. Or let's go get a coffee or something, and we'll just hang out, and we're gonna play makeup. And all of a sudden, like, just being at the public setting takes that edge off. I don't know why, but it does. And then secondly, you get the visibility. Okay, so you guys saw my setup. I think I posted it in Polished Pout Dominion of what I did on Sunday, and we actually had girls who were like watching us like, hey, are you guys like trying on makeup over there? And my hostess was like, yeah, come on over. And so we like got like extra people like playing with our makeup and hanging out that are now on my client list that I'll talk about later, that weren't even part of our party, and that doesn't happen when you do it in your living room. So that's why I like the public place, because I feel like you get more guests that show up, you get a low pressure situation, and honestly you'll get more sales when people aren't feeling pressured to be sold to than you will in a situation where they're feeling like they have to buy something. And then yeah, so okay. I'm trying not to be like completely scattered all over the place, so let me just see where I'm at. Let's see here. So, okay, someone asked me earlier, I think Rachel, you asked me like demo versus party, and I'm an English girl, as you know, so it's all about word semantics. So when I am talking to potential hostesses, it's always demo. And it goes back to that same thing of like the Mary Kay 1970s party, of like when people hear like party these days, they don't think like, yeah, party. They think like, oh God, another party. Someone's gonna sell me something. Like, it's just true. So I always do demo, because the whole point of our stuff is you want to try it. You want to get it in their hands. You want them to play with it. You want them to put it on. So I use demo because that's what they want to do with it. They want to demo the products. And so when I actually get there and like, you know, actually talk to them, I'll be like, oh my gosh, you guys, thanks for coming to my Starbucks makeup party or whatever. And I might switch my verbiage once we're actually there. They're like, hey, we're having a makeup party. This is awesome. But when I'm talking to my hostesses initially, it's always demo. They're not different in my opinion. It's just my word choice. And then I think kind of what people think of the difference between demo and party is a one-on-one versus a group. My foot is like falling asleep here. These chairs are awful. I'm short. You guys, at Starbucks, my feet don't touch the floor, so it's like my toes touching, and I'm in like a normal table, so my foot's falling asleep. So TMI. Okay. So the one-on-one versus a group. When do I decide to do a one-on-one versus when do I do a group? I personally, my favorites are actually one-on-ones because I'm just, I don't think I said, like, my other background is I'm a theater girl. I have acted, directed, choreographed. I've been in theater for 20 years now. And so I can put on anything I need to, but that doesn't mean it's like my natural personality, if that makes sense. I call myself an extroverted introvert, which means like if I have the choice to do anything, I'm gonna be by myself or with my kids with a coffee in a corner reading a book. But if I need to, I can go like, you know, command a room of 300. So it just depends like what I need to put on in that moment. So I love one-on-ones. They're kind of my favorite because you really just can get personal with that person. And so when deciding though between a one-on-one and a group, it's usually when people say they don't have time, or I don't have enough friends, or they're like, you know, they really are just people who really just want to see the things before, hey Christina, before they buy. You know, they like the swatches aren't enough. They really just want to, you know, see it on them to make sure that they like it. And so I do two different kinds of one-on-ones. I have what's called my 15-minute drop-ins, and I'll have like a night, and I'll be like, okay, you guys, on Thursday between 5 and 7, I'm doing 15-minute drop-ins in this area, so if you want to schedule one, let me know. And I literally like will go to people's houses or something for 15 minutes. And why I love that and why I call it that is because, again, it takes the pressure off. People aren't like, oh my God, she's gonna get stuck here. She's gonna come in with her train case and, you know, be stuck here for the next hour, and I'm never gonna get her to leave unless I buy something. Like, they know, like, I'm going to only be there 15 minutes because I have another booking in 15 minutes after that. So it's like, okay, what did you want? You wanted to see some nudes? Here you go. Like, okay, which one did you want? Did you need a starter collection? Excellent. And sometimes they buy, sometimes they don't, or they come back later. But again, it takes that pressure off. And then my other favorite one-on-ones are, again, over like coffee or something, where you really can build that relationship, and it's, you know, like coffee and lipstick truly, where they're playing, we're talking, and it's not just like, here, I am here to show you this, and I am not leaving until, you know, we get to like the closing portion. So, how we doing so far? We okay? All right. Okay, the next question was, how do I approach, like, you know, the employees at a store? And the bottom line is usually I don't. When I am doing, I have my coffee here. I am a current customer. Delicious. When I do my group parties at Starbucks, everybody buys something. We are all customers every single time. And if I've never had it where they don't get something, but if they didn't, I'd probably go in and like buy an extra drink or an extra treat or something just to kind of like, you know, make it so it's cool. But it's the same thing as when people show up with their computers or their work group or their study group and they're getting together for a meeting. It's our meeting, we're just playing with lipstick. Or like, you know, when I'm here with my friends and all of a sudden she's like, oh my gosh, you gotta see all my new makeup that I just got. She pulls it out and we wanna try it on. It's the same thing, like you don't get permission for that. I'm not putting up a banner. I'm not soliciting customers that aren't here. Like if they want to come over and play, they can, but I'm not like, hey, you know, I'm selling makeup over here. It's just, you know, the group of friends that I came with that I know we're playing makeup with my stuff. We all bought things and then we're leaving. So, you know, a lot of times I will talk to, you know, the employees and be like, hey, you know, does your stuff come off on your cup? Mine doesn't. I'm wearing V-Gloss though today, so it probably does. But, you know, so obviously, and like, you know, the people here, the employees here haven't seen me here necessarily before because I'm usually here earlier, but this is not my first live video in the corner, so eventually they're going to be like, who is that crazy lady that keeps talking to herself in the corner? And what are we serving her? So you can definitely build a relationship with the employees that way too. All right, so next question was, how do I get my hostesses? Because if you don't have anybody, you can't do demos. Great question. And the bottom line for that is you have to have an amazing hostess reward plan. Okay, it's the carrot. You've got to have something that people want, because honestly, it is not in people's nature, even if they love lip sense and SeneGence. Like, they could be your like customer that buys $200 from you every single month, and like, so that's not the issue. Or it could be the customer that wants $200 every single month and they just don't have that in their budget. But people don't want to ask their friends because they don't want their friends feeling like they're pressured to buy something. They may feel like they don't have enough friends or enough time. They don't want to be that person that's hosting another party because there's just that stigma with it. So you have to have something that makes it worthwhile for them to go back and ask all their friends and invite all their friends, because we all know they're going to have friends and fun. I mean, and my hostess on Sunday even invited the checker at Circle K. She was so excited, like, no doubt she did. Yeah, and so your job is not to control how they feel. Your job is to give them an offer they can't refuse, right? So my hostess reward plan, and some of you are gonna be like, oh my God, how do you make money off that? Just wait, okay? I tell people, if you get me in front of 3 of your friends, I'm giving you a free color even without any sales. Boom. Okay, what have I just done by doing that? I've taken off the pressure, because people are like, well, gosh, I don't want to invite all my friends, whether this is for Facebook parties or, in person, like the same thing. People are like, I don't want to invite all my friends and do everything, and then do all this work and put myself out there and put my label on me, and then like nobody buys, and then I don't get any rewards. Like, it's not worth it to me. Okay, you've now made it worth it because you're giving them a free color. Like, even if nobody buys anything, and honestly that never happens. I have never once had nobody buy something. Okay, so you tell them straight off, like, I will get you a free color. So you can post like a graphic in your group. I don't do a lot of soliciting like on my main wall, like I do it mostly one-on-one, but if I were, like, I post a graphic and I post all the colors, since they're all in now, and say like, if you could get any color for free, which would you get? And then you're like, awesome, I have that one in stock. Like, put me in front of 3 of your friends and it's yours. Okay, so that's the first part. The second part of my hostess plan is, as soon as I book a party from your party, which like 90% of the time I do, I'm gonna give them a free gloss. Okay, so what have I just done by that? I have them thinking, okay, who is gonna want to book a party? Who is gonna want more of these products than what they're just gonna buy? Who are their socialite friends? Who are the people who are gonna like help them out? And I'm gonna talk more about this in just a second, like when I actually talk about how I run the party and how these hostess rewards actually filter into how I book that. So I'm gonna come back around to my booking strategy in just a minute. So let me stick to hostess rewards for a second, and I will come back around to how I book, because it's a separate bullet on the notes, people. Okay, so that's my second hostess reward, and then my actual things based on sales are from $1 to $1.99 is 15% off their order, from $200 to $3.99 is 20% off their order, and anything over $400 is 30% off their order. And I don't do discounts in my customer group, like, ever, like really rarely. Like, I might do free shipping, or I might do like a free like 5 swap bucks, which is like my gift card or something like that, but I rarely do discounts. So the fact that I have like amazing hostess things, again, makes you want to hostess for me. Because if you're someone in your group that is always giving 10% off, 15% off, like, why should someone sign up? Why should someone host a party? Like, they can just wait till your next sale, and that's fine, and you're just gonna sell to that one person rather than expanding your warm market, which is what we honestly all wanna do, right? Like, we wanna expand our groups, we wanna expand our warm market, and so instead of just selling that 10% off to that one person, why not offer 30% off to meet all of her friends? Which goes back to, I'll tell you in a second how I make money. And I do make money. I make money a lot. So like, off of, like, I was profitable by month 2 or 3, and that included like all of my supplies. Okay. Okay, so going back to like how I get my hostesses, the 2 people that I will ask to be my hostesses, and again, I usually do it one-on-one. Some people ask me, like my hostess on Sunday actually wrote me. She wants to sell really badly, but she's moving to Germany in December, and so she's literally trying to like stock up on every possible lip scent she can in the meantime. And so she was like, is there a way I can like host a party? Can I get some of this for free? Like, how do I hook this up? Not everyone comes to you though, I get that. So the people who I ask are the people who are my best customers, who clearly already love it and are great, and then the people who want all of it but don't get it because of the price point. So you're gonna have to like go back and transcribe because I talk so fast. I'm so sorry. I'll take a breath. Hold on. Okay. And so those are like my 2 people that I'll ask. I'm super excited, and just little side note, this doesn't totally go on it, but I'm gonna tell you since I have you guys here. Again, you never know who's watching, and you be consistent, okay? So on Saturday when I did my vendor event, I wore I think you guys may have seen the picture too. Like I had the black lip here and the purple rain lip here and all my stuff. And like I posted like on my personal page that said something like just another day at the office, because I was like swatched up to wazoo because of this vendor event. And a girl who I have been wanting to try LipSense forever. She was actually my student, but like 15 years ago. So she's like, you know, a mid-20 something flight attendant now. And I'm like, she's a flight attendant. She's cute. She's like in social media. Like she needs to try LipSense. She finally wrote me like out of the blue. And she's like, oh, you have black? I need black for my Halloween costume. And I sent her starter collection yesterday. And I'm like, thank the Lord. So you never know when someone, you know, she's not even part of my customer group. So it was because of my personal page. So people post on your personal page. Don't be salesy, but just post that you have it. So you never know who's watching, and just hang out. By the way, I also made a sale to someone on Sunday at church who is in my customer group but has never once bought, never once liked, never once commented, and she also bought a starter collection too. So again, just being consistent. You're welcome. Okay, so, hey look, we made it to page 2, people. Okay. Let's see. I lost my place. Oh, okay. So the other people that I ask is when someone asks me for the price point. For example, someone today, again, someone who's never liked, never commented, and actually is very vocal on social media about how if you are a friend who sells anything, don't try and sell me because I'm going to unfriend you. It's that person. She wrote me today a PM and she was like, hey girl, how are your kids? How's your husband? She used to work with my husband. About that lipstick you sell, like how much is it, right? I'm like, exactly, you're coming back. So, and I told her, and I, gave her the quick little spiel. And I always include in that, but if you want to hook me up and put me in front of 3 of your friends, I'm going to give you your color for free. And when I book off you, and I always say when I book off you, not if I book off you. When I book off you, I will get you a free gloss too, so you pretty much only have to buy your Oops Remover and you'll get that at a discount. Okay, so now I've taken it from $55, which for people who've never tried it before, okay, you guys, the reason I tried LipSense is my 2 best friends were like, have you tried LipSense yet? Have you tried LipSense yet? Neither one are distributors. And I kept being like, no, dude, I owned 1 lipstick before this business, right? It was like some random brown that I wore every day, okay? And so I was like, no. And then when I found out how much it was like, no, definitely no. And then I tried it and literally sought out someone I found Taylor on social media and asked her how to sign up. So again, you never know who's watching, people. Because I'm that random girl from Arizona who found the girl in, I don't even know, Taylor, where are you? Louisiana or Alabama? Somewhere. So again, you never know. Okay, I'm gonna get to the booking in just a second, I promise. That's my next thing. I will hit on that in just a second. So whenever someone asks for the first time, like, oh, how much is it? Like at my vendor event, the woman's like, how much is this? And she's like, oh, I'm gonna have to take your card. And I'm like, awesome, but just so you know, blah, 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 and this is how you can get it for free. So that's how you get hostesses too. Blah, 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 blah. I also, someone mentioned earlier, like, they do tons of Facebook parties, but not in-home. The way to, if they're local people, the way to transfer it from a Facebook party to an in-home, it just got really cold in here, my God, and it's like 100 degrees outside, is to emphasize that you have all the testers for them to play with, which is gonna jump on Christine. I'm gonna talk about your stock question later, but just to kind of start that a little bit, people want to play with it, they want their hands on it, and they can't do that in a Facebook party. So emphasize, hey, I'm gonna have all of my colors, I'm gonna have all my skincare, I'm gonna have my tinted moisturizer, I'm gonna have all of that. You can play with it, you can touch it. And so Alabama, yeah, I know, right? I am seriously that like stalker crazy girl who like, because I knew I wanted a good upline, and look, clearly I have found a good upline, right? I knew I wanted this for the business. Like, this is becoming my full-time gig. Like, I am in this to win this, people. And so I needed someone who wasn't just gonna like disappear after a month or two, which again, you guys be that person, because the girl who I bought my starter collection from is not who I signed up under. She's a friend, but I did not sign up under her. So be the person you would sign up under. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, and then when I'm at the party for my guests, my only game that I do is, you guys, and I love this product, I love this company, I love my job, I love everything about this. Like this, when I told you I can put on anything, this is real. This is all 100% real. And I never did a live video, I never would do selfies or anything. Like, again, you can watch my story again. I am the girl who's in recovery from an eating disorder. I am the girl who's in recovery from self-harm. I am the girl who had to leave a really abusive situation. So I am the girl who, this is not like my normal like beauty queen life. Like, my life has seriously been changed. Okay, so for guests at the party, I will offer them $3 off their order if they can guess what color I'm wearing. So that gets them looking at all the testers and like trying to figure out what I'm wearing. So, bookings from bookings. I'm with you, Kelly, I got you. Okay, 2 things. First of all, you make a huge deal to the hostess when you're there about, you guys are making me feel so, I feel like I know all of you, like seriously, like I've never met like Kelly, Mallory, like I'm looking at all these names, Rachel, and I feel like you guys are like my besties, and like I don't even know you, but it's just from like reading all your posts. So I don't even know what time it is because I don't have a clock. So tell me if I'm going really long. I'm like, we're good. Okay, so I make a big deal about like, okay, you know, my hostess, thank you so much for all the referrals. It means so much to me that you're sharing it with your friends. Here, you get to pick your color first, or if you still need to play, you can play, but if it's the last one and someone else wants it, they have to give it to you because you get first dibs on this, okay? So, yeah. And so, I make a big deal about like giving her the free color, and then I tell them, like, hey guys, you know, because they, again, your guests love your hostess, they don't love you. So I tell them, you know, hey you guys, just so you know, when one of you decides to book with me and host one of these super awesome shindigs and put me in front of 3 of your friends, she's gonna get a free gloss. So which one of you is gonna hook her up with a free gloss? And usually your hostess is like, come on, like I need a gloss. Like I need a gloss, you know? And like on Sunday the girl was like, oh, I got it, I got you girl, I got you. You know, like she didn't even like waver. And so that's it. And then on the spot I had makeup bags, and I was like, sweet, you know what, I'm gonna give you a makeup bag right now just for booking too. So she already, for booking, she knows she's gonna get a free color when her party holds, and I just gave her a free makeup bag. So here she's at a party, she hasn't even bought anything yet, but she's helping her friend, and she's walked away with 2 things. And so my whole thing, sorry, this blender, frappuccinos, people, frappuccinos. Lots of extras make happy clients. Happy clients go tell all their friends, okay? So here's the thing. So right now I know some of you are doing the math and you're like, all right, you've already given away a $12.50, you know, color and a $10 gloss and now your $1 makeup bag. Like, how are you making money? Like, my party on Sunday had 4 girls. My hostess came in with 2 pre-orders, so I made $110 before I ever walked into that party because my host was like, oh, you're not coming? You still should order. And she got those pre-orders, okay? Hostess coaching, people, hostess coaching, another training. And then with the people that were there, one of the women came in, and she was the woman who was like, I don't want any of this. I am loyal to my brand. I don't think this is all stupid, da 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 da. And we were all kind of like, why are you here, right? So there was her. So she, of course, didn't order because she, you know, was in her own little box, but that's okay. And so of her 2 friends that were there, I still did, it was like it was between a $350 and a $400 party. I don't remember what it ended up being, because I ended up getting like 3 other sales that day. So it was almost a $500 day for me with the party and my other sales. And so, and I got a booking. So yeah, the $20 that I ate in free gifts truly makes up for my $250 in profit, plus the 3 new people at least that I'm gonna meet from that booking. Plus I got them all on my client list because I use text marketing. Do you guys use text marketing? If you don't use text marketing, start using text marketing, because nobody keeps your business card. It gets lost the minute they ask for it. It's like gone somewhere, okay? And people don't want to do anything. They're lazy. So you don't want to be like, okay, here's my business card and here's my website. So the next time you're on the internet, you know, type in my website and then find me and then click join and then I'm going to approve you. And then you can go to my albums and see people don't do that. They just don't, okay? So you text market. So my people text my keyword to my number, and they get a virtual business card that pops up with my name and my phone number. I don't remember what it has. I think it has my name. I'll have to look again. It has my name and like the company name, and then it has my Facebook link. So now it's saved in their phone, number 1. They won't lose their phone, people. And then they click on the link and they're automatically at the Facebook group, okay? So it's a lot easier for people to click and go that way. And the cool thing now is you have their number. You don't have their name or anything with it. It doesn't save it, which people like because they like to be anonymous. But then keep in mind, Facebook algorithm, nobody sees anything, right? It's like, I'm gonna make up numbers because I teach English, not math, but you know, it's like 1 out of 10 people is gonna see all of your stuff. Hey Kim, I didn't even know you were here. Okay, I'll tell you more about that in a second. So, like nobody sees it. So like, let's say, like Rachel was doing her really cool like deer Halloween makeup, right? And she wanted everyone to know about that. She could send out a text to her client list because she doesn't need to know who they are. She sends out a text and it says like, hey, I'm gonna go live tonight with a fierce Halloween look. Don't miss it in my Facebook group at 7 p.m. and include her link, okay? There is a 95% open rate of text messages, 95%, all right? So, and they have it saved in their phone. All right, so now they're gonna remember your live. Same thing if you're gonna like put in an order tomorrow or something like that. You can be like, hey, I'm putting in an order tomorrow just for my text people, you know, free shipping tomorrow if you let me know by tonight or whatever, okay? And people will text that number. So vendor event, I have a sign, like it's like this, but it's bigger. It's like it's this sign, but it's like gigantic. And so people be like, oh, you know, do you have a card? Do you have something? I'm like, no. Do you have your phone on you? Everyone has their phone on them, okay? And you're like, awesome. You're like, okay, text this word to this number right now and you'll get my virtual business card and you'll get my website, and that way you don't have to worry about losing it and all your stuff later. And they're like, oh, okay. And they do. Everybody does. All right. Same thing when you're out and about and someone's like, "Oh, do you have a card?" No, actually, but you know, let me just get you to text this and then or whatever. And it's brilliant. So text marketing is like totally changing things. I just started that within the last month, and it is like my new baby. Forgive me, I have asthma, so if I talk too much, I can't breathe. So I'm gonna take a breather real fast. Hold on. All right. Okay, so let me answer. Oh, okay. Okay, let me talk about Christina's stock question real fast. And then that's kind of my last thing. I had wowing notes. If you want me to go over wowing notes, I can. But if you had questions on the other things I've talked about, I can do that instead. So testers are huge. Okay, so Christina, you were asking about that. Testers are huge because people buy what they can try, honestly. I did actually just today order Lippy cards, Lippy cards. It's connected, like Candace's friend does them. So the same person who does Candace's lips, like her friend, is making Lippy cards. The reason I went with hers over Sierra's, because Sierra does a very similar thing, is the Lippy cards are pre-colored. And I have another job and 3 kids under 5. I don't have time to swatch them, and I am not crafty, so they would come out looking like crap anyway, like, you know, hand to God it would. So hers are pre-colored, and I've seen them. They look really, really excellent on, and it shipped today. So I will have it in like 2 to 5 business days. So the thing I'm excited about that is that's gonna revolutionize my live videos, because honestly, like, my lives are not that great. Yeah, see, there you go. But if people, and like swatches is annoying because you still have to do like all of them or whatever, but if people are like, "Oh, can you show me Purple Rain and then show me this?" Like, I can like just flip up cards and stuff like that, or say, yeah, exactly, like they're gonna be new, and so they're gonna be huge. Or like even just being out here at Starbucks and people, you know, I have my testers with me, I have my stock with me always, hello. But you know, people, instead of having to even swatch, they can just like hold up things and know kind of what it looks like. So Lippy cards are great. I also have these. I made these for $4. I have a whole bunch of rings. I have them in color families. And what's awesome on it, these are just the Sierra lip picks or whatever. And what's great is I can easily open and remove them. So like at my vendor event, I really only wanted to showcase what I had stock of. So like, let's say caramel apple sold out, I can move this over to my like sold ring, and now it's not there anymore, because you don't want people necessarily falling in love with a color you don't have. And the reason I didn't like do a poster is because we're always adding in new colors and stuff. And so these are really easy to flip through too. So if someone is like, "Oh, I want some pinks or nudes," you're like, "Great, which one of these stands out?" I have all of them. And like I said, all of these cards cost me $4. And I went to Office Max, and both the employees helping me are now on my text client list because they, of course, were wowed. So, because I went in and I'm like, "I sell magic lipstick and I need help." And she's like, "Oh, I do like your lipstick." And I'm like, "No, you don't understand. I sell magic lipstick." And she was like, "Oh, right." Okay, so, and then, okay, Christina, finishing up your stock question, there was a quote from Leaders. I wasn't at Leaders, but I'm gonna go ahead and quote Leaders. So if you were at Leaders, let me know if I misquote this. People with stock sell 30% more than people who don't. So yes, we can do total pre-orders. Actually, I'm talking to a girl right now who, oh my God, she is a makeup genius. If you guys see that I have Leah added to my team, like, praise the Lord, because she needs to be a distributor so hard. So I was actually just talking to her like 20 minutes ago, and we're talking about getting her started. She has no money, and so I'm trying to get her to like sell 8 kits so we can get her started. If you have stock, again, makeup is an emotional buy, it's an impulse buy. People want things then, okay? And so it's not the end of the world if they want, you know, plumeria and you're out of plumeria, because you can show them, you know, Kiss for a Cause, Roseberry, and how to layer it and whatever. You know, like, as long as you have something in the color family, like, they'll probably leave with something. But people want to be able to leave with something then, even if you don't have everything. Like at the party I did on Sunday, one of the girls, she bought a starter collection. By the way, she wanted to match Pink Frost Shadow Sense. She saw Pink Frost Shadow Sense, and I keep showing you because it was like on my arm. And she's like, "I want this color, but on my lips." And I was like, okay. And so we ended up being able to swatch, and things you can't do in a Facebook party again. Like, we literally were trying everything. Guess what? Fire Opal with Opal Gloss was exactly what she wanted. And so she walked away with that as her starter collection. And then she also ordered Lash Extent and Lip Volumizer, because I had the beauty books out. And I didn't have either of those in stock, but she was totally happy because she's leaving with all of her lipstick, and she knows she'll have the other things within a week. So people don't mind if you don't have everything, but you still want them to be able to leave with something. So I do believe in having stock and building. You can build a little bit at a time. You guys, I joined at the beginning of April. I joined at the height of like the Hunger Games. And so I understand having like Aussie Rose and Blue Red. Like, I get that. So sell the heck out of Aussie Rose and Blue Red, right? But you don't have to have a lot. Like, when I first met Leah, she actually was my kid's photographer at Picture People. I had 3 colors because that was all that was in stock. It was Aussie Rose, Sassy Z, and one other pink, whatever pink had come out around that same time. So I had like Aussie Rose, Sassy Z and one other pink that had come out, and that's all I had. So I had a tester of each and a solid one of each of those. And I was wearing blue red, of course, to the photo shoot, because what else did I have? And she commented she loved it or whatever, and she was like, oh, which colors do you have? I'm like, oh, well, the only ones I have with me, she didn't need to know that that's the only ones you could order, are this, this, and this. Which one do you want? And she bought, I don't remember which one she bought, but she bought one of those on the spot. I picked her people, okay? So you don't need to have everything. People will buy what you have. So, yeah, it was like unicorn on her lips. It was crazy. All right, so I say build stock in what you can. Like, do what you can when you can, but stock is huge. And that's honestly, I gained a lot of clients from people who were like, oh, I've been looking for this, but nobody I know has this color. Or, oh my God, you have that? Like, I don't know anybody who has it. Or you actually keep stock? That's amazing. And I get clients because of that, because again, they want to know that when they need a gloss, you have it. Oh, and then if you don't have something like, I just ordered those new light concealers, and I was talking about it at the party, and I was explaining how it covers tattoos. I have 3 tattoos, and the girl, you could see her like light up, and she was like, it does. And so I showed her the picture, and I'm like, this is what it does. And she's like, okay. And she's like, where do you live? And I told her, and she lives nearby, and I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I'm gonna have a tester of it if you want to come over and try it on your own tattoo. She's like, yes, let me know when you get it. So there's a second demo, and who knows, people don't just walk into your house and buy one thing. So she'll be coming back for a special one-on-one to try the light concealer. And then the way I do inventory is my last inventory point. I try to carry one of a lot of items rather than 4 or 5 of a few items. And again, I'm not at a place financially where I can just buy like everything, especially like I used to buy everything and had everything that was in stock, but now that everything's in stock, like I really just can't. So I try as much as I can to have like one of everything, and yeah, it sells out really fast. So that's why if you want something and you see it come back, you better jump on it, because I only carry 1 or 2 at a time. And I'm happy to pre-order something for you and get it in my next order, but as far as my own stock, that's kind of what I do. I rarely order like 4 or 5 of things now that out of stockopolis is over. All right, so do you guys, I can talk about wowing, you guys have mentioned that, or if you have questions on something, I will like answer questions, because I want to talk about what you guys have questions on, or I could be done, so let me know what you need. I don't know if you guys are typing or if it's just like a really crazy delay, so. Okay, wowing, all right. So I always have a clear bag with me. Lori, if she's still on, she just got me this bag. I had a different bag, and she just got me this, so I'm super excited. And it's a work in progress. It's not done yet because I ran out of red ink after my vendor event, so I have to still reprint things. So I actually have not slept more than 2 consecutive hours in over 3 years. Like legitimately, I have not slept more than 2 consecutive hours. I run on God. Hand to God, I run on God. This is decaf. I don't drink caffeine. I don't know. I'm exhausted, to be honest. I just am excited. I really am. And I really, really, really want to sleep. But my 1-year-old didn't get teeth until he turned 1, and he doesn't sleep right now. I do you'd be surprised. I sell probably like 30% of my sales are between like 11 p.m. and 4 a.m. There's a lot of people up in the middle of the night texting you. And so, okay, I always have a clear bag with me. I always have testers. I always have stock. I have sold starter collections at Picture People. I have sold it at my kid's dentist office. I have sold it at the grocery store. I always have stock on me. And I do have a PayPal swipey thingy. I'm a PayPal girl. I do have a PayPal swipey thingy. The problem is like, okay, even for my stand, I have to take my phone out of the OtterBox, and for my swipey thing, I have to take it out of the OtterBox, and that's like annoying, and nobody wants to like get out their card and take out the thing. So do you guys know about PayPal Me, the link? If you don't, that is gold for on the go. You just do you can set it up through your PayPal account, and then it's like PayPal, www.paypal.me/ like whatever your business name is, like Swap by Kimber, and then / and like however much they owe you. So like, $59.24 if they're buying a starter collection or whatever, and then you hit send, and they'll get a link, and then they just click the link and hit pay, and nobody has to pull out a card, nobody has to pull out a swipey thingy. Yeah, it's magic, it's easy. So PayPal Me is like my favorite thing for on the go. Also, to do that, you have to have their phone number, so you get their phone number saved in your phone when you do it, okay? And of course, as you're texting them, you have them text your number to text into your client list, all right? You can text it, you can send it via PayPal Messenger, like any sort of thing, yeah, or email it, you can send it however you want. Yeah, and again, so I have my swipey thingy, but it like lives in my purse. All right, so that's that. Always wear stripes. These are yesterday's stripes, and it's kind of good when they're yesterday because when someone asks, you always want to say yesterday. Like people are like, oh, were you trying on makeup? Yeah, yesterday I had a demo, and clearly I've showered today, so you know that adds that little extra emphasis. I almost always wear a bold lip. Sometimes I wear 2 colors. If I'm going out working, that sounds bad, but if I'm going out working, I'll wear like 2 very different colors because you can be like, it's magic, and like it doesn't transfer. Or I'm that girl that wears like blue red to the gym because like when I have my water bottle and it doesn't get all over here, people are like, what? So wear your stripes, wear a bold lip, and have your like really fast reply for when people say like, oh, were you trying on lipstick? Because they will. What are you gonna say? You need that like 1 minute grab. And then text marketing, same thing when you're out and about. Like, you know, people aren't always going to buy right then and there. People have the kids, they're crazy, they're busy or whatever. Like, I would not be someone who could like stop and buy like on the spot. Same thing, like, you know, I'm going to lose the card before I ever get to the car. The kid's going to eat the card. My kids were literally eating my box of cards before I left here. Like, no shit. I was like, you can't, that's my mommy's money. You can't give me my cards back. So cards don't work, but, you know, you're like, oh my gosh, I don't, but like, let me give you this text number and then, you know, you can get my group and stuff later. And then compliment everyone you come in contact with. Always be smile and approachable. That is probably my biggest thing because I am not. When I am out, gosh, how do I say it nicely? I come across, I am not, okay, Lori, if you're still watching, Lori is on my downline. She is amazing. She is the girl who, like, you meet her for like 30 seconds and all of a sudden she's like your best friend. Like she helped people take a selfie at a restaurant the other day and sold both of them a starter collection in a restaurant. Like, hands down, okay? She's amazing. So she needs to do a training on that. But I am not that girl. I am not the person that just instantly you're like, oh, you're my best friend. I can come off harsh and standoffish and abrasive, and when I'm out and about, I usually kind of have tunnel vision and I'm focused on my kids and focused on what I'm doing, and if like somebody is being like dumb in front of you or something like that, I'm the person who very quickly will show on their face like, oh my gosh, like, are you serious? And since starting this business, I have to be very careful because those are all my future clients. And so I have to be really, really aware of like what my face looks like, what vibe I'm giving off. It's that same like, would I approach me, you know? And so it's also like, you know, again, I work from home. So from both my jobs. So there are days where like I technically don't ever need to like fully get ready, but it's that concept of like, would you approach you? Like if you saw you, would you be like, oh my God, she's so cute? Or like, would you want to buy what that person had? And if the answer is no, do what you can to fix it. And again, I am not saying that I am totally put together. I am a total hot mess, but I try. Yeah, Lori, that's the one I'm talking about. Laura Snodgrass, she's your girl. She is your social. You guys, she doesn't even have her Facebook page up yet, and she has done like hundreds in sales because she just talks to people and then like sells it to them like off on the spot. Like she is amazing. Yeah, and so a lot of times people don't say approach me, but you'll compliment, like, you know, you're at PetSmart and the girl has like really cute nails. You're like, oh my gosh, your nails are so good. Mine totally need help. Well, if she has her nails done, she cares about like, you know, her stuff done, and she cares about what's going on. And so, yeah, no kidding. I know, that's what I told her, because she keeps talking about getting her Facebook page up. I'm like, you're doing fine. Like, don't even worry about it. Like, Facebook can come later. And so, compliment everyone you come in contact. Like, be really real and be really genuine. And then I always just try and make sure that, like, I'm, you know, find ways, like Melissa Alds always says, like, you know, find ways to get your business into what you're talking about, you know, and stuff like that. And so, and then also be really stupidly obvious. Like, this is actually my biggest bag I've ever had. Like, I had a little one before, but like I always make sure like this side would be out, and then like if you're sitting somewhere, like, you know, set it down, and oh, you have to like get something out of it, you know, and then oh, you have to like reapply your gloss, or like, oh, you saw a text message, oh, someone magically asked you to like see a color. They didn't have to, like, they don't know that you didn't get that text message, so you're like grabbing it out, and then you text back, and you know, as if like, you know, you're like, here's a picture, like, did you like that color, right? And so people are seeing what you're doing, things like that. Okay. Again, that's a theater girl in me coming out. People don't need to know. I think that's everything on my wowing. Oh, my last thing, for real, is keep it simple. And this is where I screwed up a lot in the beginning, is I can talk, right? I know you're shocked right now. What time is it? I don't even know. I can talk. And since I'm the kind of girl who I have to have all the information before I do something. I am a researcher. I need all the information. I need all the details. Like the minute I tried like LipSense, I was like I was reaching a compensation plan. I was reaching this. I was asking Taylor like a million questions. Like I do my homework. I love trainings. I am a training addict, you know. And so Keep it simple. Answer the questions people ask. If people are like, oh, tell me about this, say, what do you want to know? Answer it, stop talking. Okay, I'm the girl that has a Google Doc for anything. Like, I can Google Doc you like a link to like my new distributor kit, my new this, my new that, my new this, but that has like a lot of information. So you pick and choose who that goes to. Otherwise, if they just ask this, just answer that, because not everyone cares about everything and you don't want to scare them off. And I honestly think I'd have like 3 or 4 more girls on my team if I would have learned that a lot earlier. Currently, by the way, I am a maiden with a 7-person team, but the sky is the limit. And the last thing is when you're out and about, quickly say like, oh, how much is it? The way I phrase it, because I saw some questions on this earlier, is I always say your starter collection has your color, your gloss, and your remover, and that's going to be $55. And your color and gloss work together as the 2-part system to keep it smudge proof and long lasting. I said that's going to be $55, and after that you can buy your colors a la carte and your gloss a la carte for $25 and $20. And so I always say, like, you know, kind of like mention the package and then how you buy a la carte after. Oh my gosh, like that is like, I pray about this. Is God put this in my life, and the hardest thing for me is I'm like, why did I not learn about this a year ago? Like, why did I not know about this so much sooner? And it's so hard for me to be like, gosh, if only I had started then. But I just have to trust, like, God showed me lip sense when I needed to find lip sense, and there's a timing for everything, and that I came in when I needed to come in, and that this is going to do everything that I know it's going to do for my family and life. And it already is. Like, I could tell you stories already. Oh my gosh, you guys are like, you're gonna make me cry here in the middle of the story. I'm already the crazy person talking to myself in the corner. Don't make me cry too. They'll never let me back. Yeah, that's exactly it. So it's like, and it's the whole, what can I do today? And I truly, I mean, they say like, you know, you work the hours like a business. You guys, I work my butt off in this business. But I love every single bit of it. So, okay. Okay, I went through my notes. What are your questions? I'm done. Yeah. Bye, Kelly. Thank you so much. Anything else? Do you want me to say sayonara? Do you have questions? It's up to you guys now. Cold latte. But I'm used to it because I'm a mom, right? You make coffee and then it sits on the counter like all day until you like get back to it. Right, exactly. Christina, are you still watching? Because I want to tell your mascara story if you're still watching. I don't know if she's still on or not. No, thank you for being here. Like, I can't believe like you were here watching me in a live right now. I'm like, oh my god, that's surreal. Kim Davis is watching me. Yeah, no, I just hope it helps. If anybody has questions, you know, message me. I am on my phone 24 hours a day. You can message me at 4 a.m. It will not make noise, and that's fine. And I will probably be up at 4 a.m. and can reply to you. So if you have any questions, or people who watch this later as a recording, if you have questions, either comment below or PM me or whatever. Just let me know. Thanks for having me. Like, this was super fun. I use Moseo, which is, oh, this is going to be backwards. M-O-Z-E-O. Is that backwards? M-O-Z-E-O. Moseo, it's a one-time fee. You pay for your keyword. So like, I think it's like $25 a keyword. And so I actually have a keyword for my client group, and I have a keyword for my team. So like, as my team grows, because I know it will, because hello, in faith, like when I want to say like, hey, like we just had a team training actually locally. I held one this weekend at a restaurant for us. Like, we had 3 people there, small and mighty, because actually half my team is in California. I was like, you know, like you can send out a text marketing thing and say like, hey guys, don't forget about our training at, you know, blah, 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 blah. Or you can send to your client list that thing. So I actually have 2 different keywords. It was 25, and then you just pay for your outgoing messages, and you can buy them in bundles. So like the way I bought it, it's like 2 cents a message, and I don't send that many, you know, return messages. And so, thanks, Emily. Yeah, definitely. And so that's what I use, and I absolutely love it. And people are actually really familiar with the concept of text marketing, because like everyone has it. Like, you know, Subway will have their thing, like text sub to this to get the deal of the week or whatever. So people are used to it already, and so it's just kind of jumping on what they already have. And I like it because it's totally affordable. Like, I know Kim, I'm blanking on her name right now, who's the MUA who lives here with me, not here with me, but like here in Arizona. She's awesome, she's amazing. I'm totally just blanking on her name. She's super cute. I've met her at like every training I've been to. But she uses like the Jewel things, where like if people have their Bluetooth on when she walks through like a concert, it like alerts them to like her business card and stuff like that. But that's a monthly subscription, and so like that's not something that's in my like business budget at the moment. But like the Moseo, like I can totally afford that. And for me, like I am a text marketer. I'm a person who like I like social things. I like technology things, and so that works right into my business plan. Oh, you make that because you control what your outgoing message is. So like when you text me, that's just my outgoing message. My first outgoing message to you, like when you text my word, I don't want you guys to do it because it'll cost me money. And then you'll end up on my client list. And you don't want to be on my client list. But like when you text that number to me, the thing that you get back is like, it says like swap by Kimberly D. Zarati, and then like my Facebook link and everything like that. Like that's just what they get immediately. And so I created that. And then I can send out additional texts. So like if I want to send one out saying like, because as soon as I get those Lippy cards, you know I'm holding a live sale, right? And so I'll send out a text and be like, hey, like tomorrow night, 6 p.m., don't miss it. I'm going to send out, this or whatever. And I'll still post about my VIP page and stuff. But again, Facebook algorithms, like Facebook hates me. Nobody sees it. What else? It's like the awkward pause where you're like waiting for things to read. I know. It's crazy. I remember like when Facebook first came out, like that's how old I am now. You're like, I remember back in the day when we all had MySpace. No, I grew up like right at the beginning of the technology age. I'll be 37 in December, so 36 right now. But I grew up like in 7th grade is when like Prodigy came out and the email came out and stuff like that. So I was like right at the cusp of like, all technology, like right as I hit high school and everything. How do I plan to use the Lippy cards? Okay, so I plan to like use it for what I have in stock and to really be like, okay, like, show color families and stuff and be like, here's the difference between like, blue, red, and fly girl. When people want to see colors, like there's a lot of people who are like, oh yeah, like, okay, I want to see, is Sassy Z going to turn like, is it more of an orange, is it more coral? You're like, oh no, it's, this is like what it looks like. And then you can see it compared to, persimmon and, what that's going to look like. So rather than having to swatch everything, which takes a lot of time and not everyone's going to sit there and watch you like swatch everything, like you can just kind of quickly show, and if they want to swatch too, or at least you can save your swatches for like mixing colors or showing how the gloss changes the color. So I plan to use it for that way to really just show colors really fast, like on me. And I think it shows a lot, like, we all post those graphics that's like the power of lipstick, and like we have like our face without lipstick and then the face with. It's that same concept of like, look, like, yeah, you can go ahead and wear pink champagne all day, that's fine, but like, let me just show you what happens when you throw on plum, and all of a sudden you're like, whoa, and people who might not have bought maybe some of the other colors look at it and they're like, okay, that's not super scary, like I could wear that even if they're not like in person demoing it themselves. So I don't know, I haven't done it yet though, so I'll have to let you know how it works. I think Kim, you said you're using it, so we'll have to kind of come back and say like, here's how it worked. And I'm also just really excited to have it for out and about. Like I went to a concert last night, and I was talking to these two 18-year-olds, and they were like, like all excited about things, and it would have been so great to not only just have my product, but to be able to be like, oh, like let's play with the cards, and see that too, because you can like, hold it up with a mirror, and they could literally see like what it looked like on them. I totally don't even have all the answers. Everything I do is because of trial and error, just what's working for me. And you guys, like, seriously, I'm a training junkie. Like, I have, like, if you're not part of the Sen Experience Daily, like, be a part of it. Watch all the trainings. I just hit save video on everything. I never can watch anything live, and I go back and watch everything and repeat. I put it on Bluetooth in my car when I'm going. I have a 20-minute drive to and from to pick up my kid from preschool. I'm listening to trainings the whole way. So, yeah. Learn everything. Product knowledge. If you can teach people things, they will be excited. Anything else? It's been super fun. Thanks for having me. Mallory, congrats on your new baby. So fun.
I've never personally filled it.
All right. Yeah, you're so welcome. You guys have a super fun night. Rachel, thank you for having me, and again, if you guys have any questions, just let me know. I'm an open book about anything. So you're welcome. You guys have a good night. I'll go ahead and finish and post this right now. So thanks, guys.